I mean, what? Hi everybody, my name is Isa and this is Moody Eye Makeup channel. I'm finally doing it. This is my eyeshadow palette collection. If you're interested in this type of video, then please keep on watching, but don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, so I'm gonna start with drugstore and I'm gonna move it upwards from the most affordable to the most expensive one. The first one is from Essence and it's quite new. I did a review on it. I probably did a review on each of these, so check out my channel. But this is Golden Days Ahead eyeshadow palette in Livin for Golden Drama. I really like the color story. It feels so unique but iridescent at the same time. It's just gorgeous. I'm not for this orange here, but otherwise I love it. I really think all of these shimmery shades are so soft. I really like this kind of purpley type of shimmers as well. So this is kind of a really fun palette to use once in a while. Then I have this little guy from Catrice, Kaviar Gauche, in the shade Heaven Sent. So this was limited edition and I'm still keeping it because I know this is really plain looking. It doesn't have any really dark shade, but if you really want to have like a no makeup type of eye look, this is great. Or if you have eye pencil to use it with it, you don't need a darker shade. But for Catrice, this feels like really luxurious quality of eyeshadow. It's really good and it doesn't feel like a Catrice. Also one that it's fun, it's from BH Cosmetics. It's Colory Vivaci eyeshadow palette. It has 16 color eyeshadows. If you really don't want to miss on quality but you want something colorful, I would go for BH Cosmetics. They are very affordable but the quality it's up there. I know these are really small, but I mean it was somewhere like 13 euros for this eyeshadow palette. I'm actually really enjoying this shade right here. You can see it. Can you see the quality? Can you see the beaminess of the shade? I really like to use this one in summertime or if I have a job to do that requires something a little bit more bright. Oh, I do have one more from Catrice. I totally forgot about this one. And this is actually a perfect eyeshadow palette for autumn. This one was last year's limited edition, Sparks of Joy in Sparkle and Shine. This is a perfect color story for autumn. Also, the quality is the same as these. They have other formulas that I really don't like, other eyeshadow palettes, but this for some reason really works. And you can really... Can you see this? This is Catrice. I don't know why they don't ditch other formulas and just go with this. But this is just like incredible and the color story it's just perfect for this time of the year. So I'm gonna probably keep this one on my table to use it. Then I'm moving on to Nabla. I have quite a lot of eyeshadow palettes from Nabla. Not drugstore, but they are not high-end. They are somewhere in between, but the quality, it's totally up there to high-end. But the prices are really, really affordable for this type of quality. Firstly, I have pressed glitters, but unfortunately, it came with an error. I have two like exactly the same shades. This is Ruby Lights Glitter Palette. I'm not gonna show you because I will have glitters everywhere, but these are pressed glitters. You don't need any glue, just your fingers to apply it. I've used this one countless of times, especially around holidays or for some kind of a party, and I've used it in the music videos as well. These are called Cuties. This is Coral and this is Midnight, I believe. Yeah, Midnight. I mean, I'm a sucker for a good color story. You can see this is kind of a theme around my eyeshadow palette collection. I really don't like an extremely boring palettes. It always have to have some kind of interesting eyeshadow inside. This eyeshadow topper is just incredible. It looks like a glass. I'm using it all the time, and also I'm pretty obsessed with this shimmery pink. Can you see this? And also, it's really rare to find a really good red eyeshadow. Then I have one palette that it's quite new. Then I have one eyeshadow palette that it's quite neutral. This is Side by Side Nude palette from Nabla. I have this one in my makeup kit. I'm just loving it because even though that this is a neutral eyeshadow palette, it has some gorgeous shades, unique, unexpected inside. Also, I have again eyeshadow topper here. Then I have some gold. This shimmery brown is the most gorgeous. Can you see this? It's a perfect chocolate shimmery brown, and it has this nice, really nice shine to it. Also, this one, it's somewhere between gray and brown, and it's so unique. Also, you have some really nice transitional shades, and then all these shades can be used for eyebrows. So this one really comes in handy, and if you're more a neutral type of girl, woman, go for this one. This is one of the best. And the price, it's really reasonable. We are still with Nabla. I have this one, Poison Garden, that I have actually on right now. I'm quite obsessed with this one as well. Shock. It has some really unexpected shades inside, like this one or this one, although this is not that bright on your eyes, it's not that vibrant, I would say, but the color that I'm obsessed with, it's actually this one, because it's a duochrome and it has like a really vibrant purple in it, although it's white. So I have it just a tiny bit in my inner corners, but just like a really tiny bit, because I'm gonna grab a morning coffee and I really don't want to be overdone. But probably I'm already overdone for a lot of people, but I'm alright with this look. The next one is the Mystic palette. This is eyeshadow palette Dreamy 2. I had the Dreamy 1, but I gave it away because I wasn't that impressed with that. I thought all the shades looked kind of the same. This one, it's a gem. Can you see these jewel tones? And I'm grabbing this one every year around holidays, around like December, Christmas and New Year's. It's just perfect. It's really dark and mystic, and you have a lot of different formulas in here, and I'm kind of obsessed with this really special formula that I don't know if I saw it anywhere else than in Nabla eyeshadow palettes. This kind of leathery finish. So the color Dionysus and Offline are the formula that kind of mimics the leather, and this is just like something out of this world. It's just so unique, so special. I'm loving this one. I'm all about unexpected with eyeshadow palettes, even if you have a really natural palette. Fingers are so dirty, I have to clean them first. So we are done with Nabla, and now we are moving to Huda Beauty. Wild Jaguar eyeshadow palette, a mini eyeshadow palette from Huda Beauty. And this is also really dark, and it's perfect for more kind of a November, December, at least for me. I'm like really enjoying moving around my eyeshadow palettes with the right season. Yeah, again, you can see at first it may not look that special, but you have some really interesting shades inside. One is this, which is kind of really moody, dark purpley shimmer, and then you have this really, again, really dark green shimmer. I really like it. And you have this light shade and also a black and a brown, so you can really work with the palette. One of my favorites, Empowered eyeshadow palette. I don't know why, it's just something about this also moody, cool tone, but at the same time like really warm toned eyeshadow palette. It has also some great formulas inside. The mattes are incredible, but then you have this kind of like a cream to powder eyeshadows. And then you have the most like foil and pigmented shimmers that you have ever seen. Like, I'm gonna show you. This is just incredible, and you have to see it on your eyes because you can see it like a miles away. I'm kind of kidding, but you know, this is just... This eyeshadow palette gives you really like a luxurious type of eye looks. So if you're into that, I would really highly recommend this one. Let's move on. Oh, I'm not completely sure if I went the right way around, but I mean, this one, it's less expensive than that one before, but I really wanted to show you all the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes together. The first one, the least expensive, it's of course the smallest, and this is so the mini Zendo palette, and I grabbed this one because again I thought the color story is the most unique and appropriate for my skin tone and my eyes. If you want to try Natasha Denona eyeshadows, then this is the way to go because this is the least expensive one. It's, I believe, around 25 euros, and I think this is a reasonable price. I know it's high-end, it's a lot, but it's a lot less than her bigger palettes. And then I have 3 Midy eyeshadow palettes. I'm just not yet willing to pay for her big sized eyeshadow palettes, but I have these 3 in my makeup kit that are perfect for almost every type of situation. Like, I'm doing mostly glam, natural, like for weddings and stuff like that. So these are not that unique, but I have everything that I need with these 3. The first one, it's my favorite. It's Retro palette, and you have this mauvey and pinky eyeshadows. Natasha Denona really knows how to do eyeshadow palettes. She has such a good color choices, and you have some eyeshadow toppers inside. You have some great matte colors as well. I really like her formula. I think it's really easy to work with, and they are very pigmented, but not too pigmented, which is really important because if they're too pigmented, it's kind of hard to work with, and it's easier to get a patchy eye look. So it's so up my alley. It's just me in an eyeshadow palette. These colors go so well with my hair, with my skin tone, and with my eyes. It's just the best. And then I have Glam palette, which is the most used probably for weddings. This is really cool toned. It may look a little bit boring, but once you have this one in your hand, you can really appreciate. I would say also with the other 2 from Natasha Denona. And then the third one is a bronze palette. I had more cool tones with these 2. I really needed one that it's warm toned, and actually this one was a gift from my dear friend. So with these 3 I'm really covered basically. Oh, I totally forgot about these 2. So I have one from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this one spoke to me the most. It's Norvina. For me, this is also a perfect autumnal eyeshadow palette, and I really like some of the shades. I'm using constantly this shimmery pink. I also like, of course, these 2 here, and for something a little bit more daring and special, I really like to use this one. Again, really good quality. And then I have one from Urban Decay. It's Stoned Vibes, and I kind of forgot about this one for a while, but I brought it out, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, and I'm using it now constantly for everyday looks. Mostly this one in my crease, and then these three, sorry, and then this one if I need to highlight. The only thing is that you need to use your fingers so that these shimmers can show. With brush, it just doesn't work even if you dampen. It's just something about the formula. But I'm just like so obsessed with this one. Doesn't it look just beautiful? Okay, I'm not sure which one is... Okay, I know which one is the most expensive from the last 3 that I have. Then I have one from Eldridge, and this is my favorite packaging. It's trendy, but it's luxurious at the same time. It's incredible. Can you see this? This is Vega eyeshadow palette. I really wanted to have one a little bit more boring eyeshadow palette that has cool tones inside and that it's perfect to travel with, but it has one eyeshadow that is special, and it's this one. It's called Supernova. It's just something, when I'm showing you these eyeshadows, they all look just gorgeous. I mean, I have a really nice collection here, but you should see this one on the eyes. And it's so finely milled. It's just, it looks like it's wet almost. I just cannot, it's just not picking up on the camera, but I really like to use this one also on my brides. And I know this eyeshadow palette, it's really expensive for 6 eyeshadows. But let me just say, from all the formulas, this is the easiest to use. It's the most blendable formula. It's not highly pigmented, it's the most blendable formula, and you can build it up. So if you're not that good at blending with eyeshadows, I would go for this formula. She has a lot of different color stories, so check this one out if you want one eyeshadow palette that it's extremely easy to use and extremely good quality. Then invest in one of these. One of also my favorites. They're almost all favorites, but yeah, because I'm giving away palettes that I don't like, so you know. This is a Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 eyeshadow palette, and if we are talking about luxury, this is it. This though, it's really highly pigmented, so you kind of have to be careful with it. You have 2 cream eyeshadows that not so many people like, but I'm really enjoying the lighter shade. It's just creasing if you don't use anything on top, that's the only thing. I mean, even though this is so highly pigmented, you just need to go with light hand. But you have some really, really great shimmers. Can you see this? Can you see this? But it's not that obvious or that out there as with Empowered from Huda Beauty. I'm gonna show you how pigmented this is. Like, I barely touched that eyeshadow. And also you have some orange, like a bronzy orange here, and then this really, really dark chocolate shimmery eyeshadow. This one is also perfect. Like, this is just so gorgeous. Can you see this one? Ooh, this is my favorite. This is my favorite one. And then the last one, the most expensive one that I own. It's from McGrath Mothership Mega palette in Celestial Odyssey. It's this one. You probably already saw it. So I would really like to buy more of McGrath, but it's just so expensive. You get quite interesting color story, which is fun, but you can also create some really natural eye looks with it, which I really like. But I'm gonna show you, for example, this green. You have to see this. I mean, what? I believe in this eyeshadow palette you actually don't get her special eyeshadows that she has, but can you see this goldish mustardy one? but all of these have a little bit of dustiness to it, like a dusty, pastel-y, shimmery colors. She is very well known for her shimmers because they are really out there. If you enjoyed this video, then please like it and subscribe to my channel. If you would like for me to do this type of videos or my lip collection, or I don't know, blush collection, stuff like that, then comment down below and help me out in that way. And yeah, so have a lovely day and see you in my next video. Bye.